evening everybody, Calm Biker here. Just following Mr. Danny G 1980 on his sparkly new Honda Super Blackbird. A rather quick, lovely looking thing it is. And it's certainly fast. And he loves it. And I'm trying out night mode. I thought, since I've got a replacement camera, I might as well try night mode on it. Motor Triker asked me to test night mode on my old Ghost S, and did some weird stuff. The picture looked good, but it just kept flashing. Every 30 seconds or so you got one flash of a really bright frame, which looked a bit rubbish. So since I've got a new one, I thought I'd try it, see if it's any better, see if it still flashes. Because you know, the Ghost S, one of the things that's supposed to be good about it is its night mode. And certainly when I've recorded at night with it in day mode or normal mode, it's always looked a bit rubbish. So we'll give it a try under the electric lights. Talking about electricity, wonder if anybody's watched the Formula E recently. If you watch my videos, you know I'm a bit of a fan of electrical power, but I don't think it's there yet. Well, Formula E is allegedly the FIA's answer to Formula 1 without petrol. So it's a completely electric series. And they say that it's the future. It might merge in the future with Formula 1, they might, you know, merge on the technology path. Hopefully the cars will get better. Right now they're a standard car. Next year they're going to change them so that there's actually a bit of innovation going on, because if the point of this is to innovate in electrical power, then having a standard car isn't really going to help. Certainly right now they only highlight the problems of electric cars, but as I say, they should get better. But right now I say they do highlight the problems, mainly that although the races are quite short, I can't remember exactly how many laps the last one was, about 20 or 30 laps of a circuit that wasn't quite 2 miles long. And in order to manage that, they had to have a... Well, they're not allowed to refuel, not allowed to recharge, and even if they were allowed to recharge, that would be one long pit stop. Formula 1's got the pit stop down to about 2.5 seconds now. I can't imagine them stopping for 4 hours for a recharge of battery. So they actually have two cars. Well, they jump out of one car and into the next, and off they go again. Which is quite entertaining. I think the biggest problem with the series right now is that it's not fast enough. So I don't know how fast the cars can go, but certainly around the circuit that they raced on first, and I've only seen one race, they didn't seem to be any quicker than something like a Formula Ford or a Formula, you know, Clio Cup or something like that. Pretty slow, not very exciting, although there was an incredible crash at the end of the first race, and if you haven't seen that, it's worth a look on YouTube if you like that type of thing. Nobody was hurt, so I don't mind pointing you at it. So it actually just shows how good the safety is now in motor racing. But anyway, the one thing that I think is absolutely terrible is the gimmick stuff. Now, some would argue that the whole series running on electricity is a gimmick, but it really is an advanced view of the future of certain racing anyway. More and more electricity coming in. I mean, Formula 1 is very much a hybrid now. But the gimmicks are terrible, and there's one gimmick that is worse than anything Formula 1's brought in. Now, Formula 1 has had some gimmicks. I still think DRS is a gimmick. But it's had some horrible gimmicks in the past, and it's got a horrible gimmick this year. The idea of you get double points for the last race. To try and keep the championship alive, but you're keeping it alive entirely artificially is the word, I think. You know, if somebody's a race and a half ahead in points by the end of the race, or by the last race, then I think they've won it, and they've won it a race early, and good on them. To give double points in the last race, why is the last race twice as good as the ones before it? Just isn't, is it? So that's a gimmick. But the gimmick in Formula E is called fan boost, and the idea is that they want to get people, the fans, involved. Well, I think your fans are either involved or they're not really, but they want to get the fans involved through social media. This to me sounds like the ideas of middle-aged men, and I'm one of them, so you know I can speak from that point of view. But it sounds like middle-aged men doing what they think young people want, and I struggle to believe that young people want this. Fan boost, if you haven't heard of it, what they do is they allow you to tweet. I don't know if it's during the race or before the race, but they allow you to tweet to say who your favourite driver is. And the 3 drivers that get the most tweets, or the most likes on Facebook, or whatever it is that they're using, get more power than the other drivers. So they get the standard power for most of the race, but everyone's got a boost in the car for overtaking. And the most popular drivers get more boost. Now that to me is the most artificial thing I've ever heard of in a race. Far worse than double points. So my only message to the FIA would be, let them race on equal footings. They've got equal cars, so they may as well have equal everything. Get that innovation in as soon as possible so that we can actually see some improvements in electrical power, and then we might have a cracking new race form on our hands. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm assuming you're watching. If you're not watching, that's because I didn't upload it, and then you won't be hearing this, so I'm just waffling on to myself again. If I didn't upload it, it'll be because night mode is still horrible. But thanks for watching anyway. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.